Alright guys, here we are back at Cash Converters, one of my all-time favorite pawn shops in the area to shop at. $1 DVDs, $3 Blu-rays. I've been hitting up this place for years and years. Ever since I first started collecting back in 2001, I've been hitting up this place. Obviously, deals weren't quite that good back in 2001. Blu-rays weren't even around at that point. But still, lots of good deals that I've always picked up here. So much fantastic stuff. Just look at all the Blu-rays they have. Like, there's just so much stuff here. Unfortunately, a lot of it was stuff I already had, or just did it once. There really wasn't anything new, which I was kind of bummed by. I would think that this time of year, there'd be a lot of people, like, maybe already getting rid of, like, Black Friday stuff, or maybe pawning stuff in to get some cash for Christmas, something like that. But surprisingly, there just wasn't a ton in the way of any Blu-rays I needed. I was hoping for some, like, newer titles, maybe. But, no, nothing really I needed to grab, unfortunately. But it is what it is. So, again, I love this store. It is just fantastic. I find so many good deals here over the years. I've just found so much fantastic stuff. Everything from DVDs, Blu-rays, Laserdiscs, HD DVDs. Look at that. Babylon HD DVD. Very, very cool for $3. Awesome. Usually, actually, oh, there you go. Terminator. Should I pick that up? I already have Terminator on Blu-ray, but is that like a better version or something? Or is there any reason why I should have grabbed that version over an older one? You guys let me know. Leave a comment. But HD DVDs are usually only like $1, but for some reason that one was a little bit more. But Babylon's pretty common in HD DVDs, so I do already own that. But cool to see HD DVDs. So again, tons and tons of Blu-rays. Again, I've had fantastic deals. Blu-rays, DVDs, things like that really cool set. Unfortunately, the discs, I've looked at that before last time I was here. Discs were both Blu-ray discs scratched in that set. How do you scratch a Blu-ray disc? You gotta try to scratch a Blu-ray disc. That was cool. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, double feature. That, I had to put that aside. I was like, do I have that? Do I own that? I don't know. So you guys will find out in the, if I didn't already kind of spoil it, you guys will find out in the Pickups video if I got that or not. But it was really cool to come across that. Princess Bride, look at that. Some seasons of stuff. Season Blu-ray sets, I think, are like $10 a piece. So a little bit more expensive for seasons of on Blu-ray. But still, even $10 is a really good deal for something. This is cool. Tokyo Shock triple feature, brand new. Never opens. They wanted only $4.99 for that. $5 for Tokyo Shock, brand new. Never opened. That was awesome. So yeah, so much cool stuff here over the years. DVDs, Blu-rays, Laserdiscs. They used to take in Laserdiscs. I haven't seen them have gotten Laserdiscs in a long time. I don't know if they'll ever get Laserdiscs in again. It's been years since I've seen Laserdiscs here. But they used to have Laserdiscs. They used to have VHS for like $1, and they went dropping down like $0.25. Here's a whole stack of stuff that was new that hadn't even been put out yet. Of course, I had to look through here. Unfortunately, not a single title in all this stuff here that I needed to pick up. So that's a shame. That guy I just scanned past there, that's some Disney. The guy I just scanned past there, he's actually a reseller who I run into all the time, but super nice guy. Resell stuff at Jake's. You guys have probably heard me talk about it before. Look at that. People Understairs in the Shocker double feature. I already had that, but that's a really cool find right there. So I always talk about this guy. I always see him and always come across him at Jake's. He sells at Jake's. But he's really cool. He buys stuff for, like $1 on Big Bang Seasons. Buys stuff for like $1 on DVD at like pawn shops like this, and then turns around and sells it for like $3. So he makes like a $2 profit. It's pretty cool. He's not a jerk of a reseller. He's not one of those resellers who buy stuff for $1 and then try to charge you like $10 for something. No, he doesn't do that. Every now and then, if he finds like a really good deal, something that he knows is rare and goes for a lot, he'll put up on eBay and make some money off it, which, I can't blame him for that. But Thundercats, I already have it, but that's so cool. So I don't blame him for doing that. But it's really cool that he buys stuff that he thinks pretty neat and then sells it at Jake's for really cheap. And I've bought so much stuff off him in the past, and we got to talking and whatnot about stuff we were finding. In fact, I actually found a few things that I was like, oh, this is a really cool title. This is a little bit more rare. Do you have it? Here we go. I found this for him. American Horror Story Asylum. Brand new, factory sealed, $4.99 on DVD. I actually saw that. I already have it, and I picked it up, and I was like, I don't know how much you get for season sets, but here you go. You might want to look at that one. This is cool. Unfortunately, discs were scratched, so I had to pass on that. Did not pick that up, unfortunately. But you can see tons of seasons. I found so many good deals on seasons. I mean, just lots of cheap stuff. Very cool. There's some Mission Impossible. I already had the one. I need Season 3 of Mission Impossible. Why can I not find Season 3 of Mission Impossible? I never can. So I kind of ran to the back now, and I'm looking through, look at Seeds. Is that any good? That was scratched. I passed on it. I would have picked that up, but it was scratched, so I did pass on it. But let me know if it's any good. Here we go. Here you guys go. You want to see Cinema Sickness Jr. some more? There he is. He was dancing. They were playing, I think, the Chipmunks, and he started dancing along with the Chipmunks. It was super cute. I tried to get it, but he kind of stopped it when I started filming him, unfortunately. But Cinema Sickness and Cinema Sickness Jr. and Miss Sickness were along for the ride on this trip, and they were having fun just hanging out, watching. I think Home Alone was playing on one of the TVs, and Cinema Sickness Jr. was dancing to the Chipmunks, so it was pretty awesome. I love when they come hunting with me. I can't wait till Cinema Sickness Jr. gets a little bit older, and we can like really go hunting together. That's going to be so much fun. I really look forward to that. That's like something I'm dying to have happen. I can't wait to like build up his like cinema collection and stuff. I'm gonna buy him like a little shelf, and I'll buy him, you know, DVDs and VHS tapes and all kinds of stuff. I'll give him like a VHS player, DVD player for his room and stuff. I'm totally gonna do that. I have no idea what that was. I'm not even sure if that's like an official release. You never can tell when there's like Japanese titles. Sometimes they're official releases. Sometimes they're bootlegs. Like I've seen whole stands in malls selling like bootleg like Japanese like movies. Like you just never know. Head on over here, check out the Game Boy games, of course. The Game Boy games used to be really well priced, and then I think I might have screwed myself because I bought like a whole bunch, and I don't. As soon as I bought a whole bunch of them, there's UMDs. I already have everything there, but as soon as I bought a whole bunch of Game Boy games off them, all of a sudden they jacked up the prices. And I think like maybe they thought. I mean, I can't say it was just me, but it was kind of weird that like the next week I went in after buying a boatload, and the prices were higher. So I don't know if I accidentally screwed myself over or not by making them think they're worth more than they are. This was really cool. I get up to the cash register to check out. Look at this, 15% off store-wide, Christmas Eve only. So definitely some great Christmas Eve shopping. Very cool. And I got 15% off my entire thing, which basically really only came out to, I got one of my DVDs for free. But hey, you know, I'm not going to complain about that. So, all right, guys, there you go. That was my trip out to Cash Converters. Love it out there. Fantastic pawn shop. And nice way to spend my Christmas Eve. So, all right, guys, that's it. Stay tuned for the pickups video that'll be coming very soon. So, all right, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye.